Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite Delight. Yes, it's quite late, but as you already saw, I did upload my Gump report today, just in case I wasn't able to see Dynamite yesterday, which I didn't. This medicine I have to take to try and help settle my stomach and everything, it makes me sleep, so it sucks. But I am going to do my best to try and release videos when I can. But let's make this clear. I don't understand. I'm making this very clear when it comes to this show. I don't understand. I don't. What exactly do we have here that's going from Dynamite to Collision? I don't understand. Maybe you can explain it, but when you look at how the show was structured, I'm confused. Not because it seems totally convoluted. It's like, why are they even doing this? I don't get it. Opening. Ospreay versus a Brian Cage. Now, of course, he's part of the Don Callis family. That's the reason why they're doing it. But honestly, I'd rather see more building between Will Ospreay and a Kenny Omega. This is the problem we have right here. We're getting straight matches of them going against the Don Callis family, but we have no real building between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, who've always been enemies of each other. They have been bitter rivals. They've hated one another. And I'd rather see them do more building, like doing interviews in the back, or talking between each other, or going to the ring and doing stuff, than actually seeing a straight match with anyone. Because if you're going to build this going into Revolution, you must have a reason for this to exist. And just hating the Don Callis family is not enough. There's something missing here. It's just something is missing, and there's content that's missing. There's no interaction between Kenny and a Will Ospreay. That is the major problem for me. I am not getting it. I do not understand why am I supposed to care when these guys should make me care. This is not about the match quality. This is about them actually dealing with each other. And look what happened. Will won the match against Brian Cage. Then the Don Callis family comes out, started fighting. Then Kenny, who got laid, this is the thing. Kenny gets laid out before the match happens. Don gets out of the commentary seat and say, look what happened. Kenny's been laid out. But he runs out anyway. He shouldn't run out. He should be laid out, or at least be disorientated after he's been laid out, and he's not. Then he comes out and they get his ass whooped, and then they gotta whip his ass again, and then they gotta whip his ass again, and then they feel satisfied. Why didn't it just get done like that and then do a segment in the back, which will give them more of camaraderie together? Not saying they have to 100% love each other, but easily saying, we need someone extra, or we need to focus on more better tactics. Something between the two. No. Moving on. Jeff Jarrett versus Claudio Castagnoli, and Jeff is trying to get his way to the main title scene. Well, we get Wheeler Yuta coming out messing with Jeff, and then eventually we get someone that doesn't even need this. This is the thing I'm getting confused when it comes to the Death Riders. They have been booked for months and months and months as such badasses. They don't need to cheat. They don't need to cheat. They can get the job done. Every last one of them. Wheeler Yuta, when it comes to Pac, when it comes to Claudio Castagnoli and Mock himself, why is Moxley having to come out and help them win? And particularly, you got legitimately Jeff Jarrett in the ring. And I understand they're trying to protect him because of the storyline with MJF, but really? You got to use Moxley himself and not Wheeler Yuta, who's the lowest hanging fruit amongst all of them, or Marina Shafir for that matter. You could have screwed him up with Marina Shafir, and you could have had, yes, Karen get pissed off and try to mess with her, and then she get her asses whooped. And I'm talking about asses because, yeah, well, technically, she doesn't look like she's fat. She's still somewhat built pretty well. She got a nice pair of tits. Her ass is probably still pretty firm, but you know, she's nearing 50. She's my age, nearing my age now. And I would have liked to see, I'd rather see Marina Shafir or a Wheeler Yuta have to do something, not Moxley. What is the point? And then when it was all over and he lost, we see that, guess who came out? Comes out with the diamond ring, which he really doesn't need anymore. Faces a Jeff and knocks him out, and then he says, I respect my elders and I'm not going to tell you I told you so. Drops the mic in front of him and walks over him. The only thing he didn't do was go like this with his feet. And I'm like, they are really pushing Jeff Jarrett hard. And I'm not saying he's going to win anything. But we are talking about Jeff Jarrett. He's re-signed with the company. And now he's being pushed hard. And I know people are not fond of this. But I'm going to say this. And I'm not saying it because I like it. I'm saying this. They're pushing Jeff Jarrett. And you don't know if it's going to work or not. Who knows? As weird as it sounds. At this point, with such bad booking, it's like, how can I say this? You know those old B or C or D movies that are so bad, they're good? When it comes to Jeff, because of how bad they've been booking the show. And I'm not saying this because I love Jeff Jarrett, because I don't. I don't love Jeff Jarrett. But I'm saying this. At this point, with such convoluted or confusing or legitimately no booking whatsoever, throwing Jeff as like a B or C or even a D type of wrestler who does have history, even if he's not the best wrestler there is or the most well-known or most cared about, at this point, I think the fans may try to go for him because they want something more than what they've been getting. And I don't care if you guys like it. It's not about me. I don't care if just Alex likes it or not. It's not about me. It's not about him. It doesn't matter if Jesse or JD likes it and basically off the script. It don't make a difference. It counts on what the fans are going for. And right now, with such confusing booking, bad booking, or no booking, we're getting Jeff Jarrett pushed. With a storyline of him, even though he is now re-signed, he's probably going to stay until the basically they either fire him or the doors close. The only thing is that eventually he won't wrestle anymore. People may go for him because they don't really have much option. Period. Moving on. What did I think of Mariah May? What she talked about when it was with Toni Storm. Saying, which Toni we getting? I don't really care which Toni we're getting. I am just going to take them out. Take each and every one of them out or all of them out. I don't care. I wouldn't mind this if Toni Storm had been debuted properly, which she was not. I wouldn't mind even though she's not the original Tasteless Toni Storm or my Timeless Toni Storm. I'm alright with that. But when you look at how she's been booked to have to go through everyone else, and I saw Vendetta. I saw Taya Valkyrie and Deonna Purrazzo. Do I actually care about them? No! It's not even that I hate Taya Valkyrie or I hate Deonna Purrazzo. I actually like Deonna Purrazzo and I love Taya. But where did this come from? Was this developed on Collision? I don't know. Was this developed on ROH? Which it probably was, which I don't watch, and very few people will watch it. Even if it's put on a free service of Pluto or any of those other different free and added. Remember, those things are what, Tibu? And maybe, I don't think it's going to be on Pluto, but Timu. What is it, Tubu or Tiba or TB? I don't watch those websites. I don't. They have ad revenue. You're gonna see commercials. But honestly, not many people are gonna watch it. They're not. There'll be some people gonna watch it, but not as much as they think they're gonna get. Because they should have just put it on YouTube. I'm sorry. And the problem I have is if we've been having Taya and Deonna do this bit on ROH TV, and now they believe they can start showing it here, when they should have started on either Collision, counting if they did, or start something on Dynamite, which they could have done there. And now it's about Mariah May. Miss pretty much balloon titties, as they called her. I'm like, they're starting this with not Mariah May. I'm sorry, Harley Cameron. I actually wanted to throw Mariah May in this because we're dealing with Harley Cameron. And take nothing from Harley. She is a good talker. She can actually sing pretty well. Her titties look delicious. She's a take away how big her titties are. She's a beautiful woman that does have a good, decent amount of ability of talking. She can sing. And she can wrestle decently well. But we're talking about a new group of Vendetta with two well-known champions from TNA, which they never talk about. They're barely seen together, other than maybe ROH, or maybe one of them is being a manager and the other one. Why am I caring? And the only reason I even bring it up is because Tony has dealt with them both. Where is caring about Tony when the two women that she had to go through to start her rise weren't cared about either? Moving on. Ricochet versus AR Fox, due to the fact that they want to mess with Ricochet. Let's put this in perspective. Do I like the Swerve Stricken Ricochet storyline? It's not that bad. It's one of the few storylines that at least has some history between the two. Ricochet has changed his persona from being a good guy to now using seeing him stabbing someone with scissors. And then we get this match, which was fine. Ricochet wins. Swerve was barred from ringside. If he was, and this is what they made it very clear, if Swerve came out at any time, their match was done. I'm going like, oh, he's going to show up. And look what happened. What happened with surprising the fans by not giving them what they want? What happened about just making sure Swerve didn't come out? He didn't have to come out. He could have gone in a Titantron. You could have had Prince Nana on the Titantron saying something about Ricochet. Or saying something about Ricochet. And Swerve could have said something on Ricochet. Maybe messing up a car or something. I'm not saying it should, but you get my point. Something different than just seeing him run out again and trying to kick his ass. And then guess what we got? And I don't even know where he was hiding those damn scissors. Right when he was going to get a stomp, he's holding the scissors to AR Fox's jugular. And then he walks away with him. And Swerve said, 1 more week. 1 more week! Why? 1 more week. Why? Why are we rushing this? Why don't we find some way to stretch this shit out instead of having short-term booking? I'm sorry. This short-term booking reminds me of Vince. The only difference, we haven't heard that Tony Khan has been ripping up any scripts and throwing them away and starting from scratch. That's the only difference. And understand, I'm not even against Tony. I'm not. Hell, I got a Gump report that I already released talking about Tony Khan almost had a chance to buy TNA. And I'm like, what the blue fuck, man? But this is what we got. Then, what did we actually get here? With Wheeler Yuta going against Jay White. I don't understand. Now, you could say there is a story between Jay White and Wheeler Yuta, and he did get hurt by Wheeler Yuta. But it's revolving around the Death Riders, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not. And it's like, what do we really gain here? I mean, you could say this is about FTR RKO. That's the main reason. Because now they're going to use a Jay White to back them up because now they want to go against the Death Riders. But then why am I going to believe the Death Riders are going to stand a chance against Copeland? Because you just had to use, instead of Marina Shafir or a Wheeler Yuta for that matter, before he had his match here where he did lose, you had to use Moxley to nail Jeff Jarrett so he wouldn't win against Claudio Castagnoli. And yes, Claudio had to do 2 neutralizers where the second one by Jeff looked bad. It just didn't look good. But you get my point. I just don't feel confident about this story. And understand, I did watch the interview that his own wifey gave him, his own Renee Paquette gave him. And then he says the most convoluted shit that I've ever heard. I'm sorry. Look, he said, basically, the real AEW championship is not a real championship. You don't hold it over your head. You don't do this. You don't fling it around. You don't hold it over the head. Then what the blue fuck have you been carrying all this time? You say it's in your heart. This is not about your heart. This is about you explaining why you're acting the way you are. And now you're saying that there is no championship. You need to see a title. You seen it in bag. You need to see a title. I'm the damn title. What the blue fuck is that? If you're the damn title, then why did you take the damn title and not destroy it in front of everyone and say, I'm the fucking champion? I destroyed the damn thing. You want to get a new champion? Beat me and then make a new title. That would have made more sense months ago. But now he's saying this? And Marina Shafir, from what I can tell, is not carrying the title anymore. Because pretty much the title is meaningless at this point. Maria Shafir was carrying a suitcase with a chain on it, and now, I could be wrong, she didn't look like she was carrying it when the last time I saw her. Now, she might be, but I didn't see. What is this? This is, I don't understand. He is saying that he is the damn title when he's not. And if he wanted people to really make it feel important, feel different, like I said, months ago, the only thing he had to do was shred the damn title, destroy it, and say, if anybody wants to be the real champion of this damn company, you gotta beat me because now I destroyed the title to make sure that no one can get it. There is no more title. You wanna have a real title? Beat my ass, one-on-one, and then you can mint a new fucking title. And he could curse. No. Last match. A match that felt hollow. Yuka Sakazaki versus Mercedes Moné, who now holds 4 fucking titles. I believe the Rev title, the New Japan Pro Strong title. I don't know about the third one. I don't know what the company is. I haven't seen it. I think it's the Stardom one. I don't know. And then the TBS title. I have never seen someone who has a whole bunch of fucking titles and feel so empty. Empty. You know why? Because she has no one that's credible. And this is what I've been saying about, like, female Japanese wrestlers. Yuka Sakazaki should be important. Why doesn't she feel important? She's just there to wave around, play her music, do the match, and then go. I feel nothing from these Japanese wrestlers. Nothing. And I know they book over there and they give them personality. Why are they gaining no personality here? Why when they're here? Look, I didn't know that Emi Sakura, the one who did the Mercury, Joey Mercury, from Queen, she could speak English. She can. But they never let her speak it. And then when it came to Hiro Kushida, we didn't know not only could she speak really good English, but she was a fucking gamer. They could have done something with that. No. Rio, they could have got her a translator. They never did. She feels empty. All the women they brought through there, like Ruby Soho, like Athena, like Soraya, who should be going up against Mercedes Moné at this point and isn't, because I just saw her on X talking about her new book. All these women should be booked better. And they're not. And it feels hollow, like she has no one to go up against that's credible. Who does she got? Chris Statlander. They booked her multiple times as a face. Now they've done the heel and they made her go back to a face. But she's already gone through Mercedes already. Then you got Willow Nightingale, who's already gone through Mercedes. Yes, she had history because she was there when Mercedes broke her ankle bad. But now they've already gone through that storyline. They can't repeat it. And what are they going to do? keep feeding Mercedes Japanese wrestlers or wrestlers that are in the back that doing practically nothing with. Red Velvet they're doing nothing with. Other than working OH. Athena should be on the main roster. She should drop that damn title and be on the main roster. I'm sorry. I know people love Athena. Maybe there are a lot that love her on ROH as the forever champion. But I want her to drop that damn title and be on the main roster. And now, with her credentials as over, 2 years worth of wins that she won clean, not lost. Won. She hadn't won dirty. She won clean. And just acted fucking totally and completely like pretty much a prick. A cunt, if you want to. You could say that she has done everything she wanted to and she's got a minions and I want her on the main roster. But this is just me. I think maybe this, I don't understand. That's going to be the title. Peace.